Hey gamers, welcome back to Square One Games. My name is E.C.M. We're here to continue our road to 1000 for AC3, and we should be in episode number 19. This is sequence 10. You can see here that the first thing we want to do is go ahead and continue to work on some of our Homestead missions. So head into New York and you want to go ahead and retrieve Big Dave's tools. The way that you spawn in this mission is by just talking to him in the Homestead. He's going to ask you to come get his tools. Basically all you got to do is just come and buy those from any of the general stores, and it doesn't even cost that much money. There's just 2 of them, and once you have those bought, then we can head back to the Homestead. And the reason why you want to do this first is because it's going to trigger a lot more Homestead events, which is kind of what you want. You want to go ahead and knock all those out first, and so just go back and talk to him, give him the tools, and then follow all the icons that show up and clear all those away. And once you're done with that, let's go ahead and start talking about Encyclopedia of the Common Man, which is also an unlock, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Down at the bottom you can see that I still have to talk to the tailor one more time, and she's right here. As soon as you talk to her, it's going to cause the unlock, which is called An Extraordinary Man. So just remember to go through and highlight them like that. Anybody that you need to highlight, it'll tell you inside of your menu, and just make sure you get that done before you move on. So now let's talk about the delivery request. This was extremely difficult for me to figure out. I'm showing you here kind of the location of all the guys that you can talk to that kind of spawn in the delivery request. This is New York, obviously, giving you a highlight there. You can see the fast travel point is kind of down and to the left, and that's going to be in the bottom right hand of the map. And I'm kind of giving you a point of reference right here. Now in my game I had already gotten the delivery request items from the guy, so he didn't light up, but he should be lit up in your game. The second one in New York is all the way on the far left of the map. The best point of reference I can give you is just to go ahead and fast travel to that fort, and then you want to just head north, kind of where you see the line do that, it kind of juts out and then juts back in. It's kind of right there in that corner, and here's a shot of him. Now obviously he's not going to be offering me any delivery requests because I've already got it out in my game, but he should be lighting up for you. There should be like a B button icon over his head for you to interact with. And then the third one in New York is in the top right hand side of the screen, kind of by the water, and this should be the guy right here. Obviously again I've already gotten it out in my game, but he should be lighting up for you and you can interact with him. Then when you finish with that, go ahead and head to Boston, and this one's in the kind of in the center district. The first one is, or the first one that I got, and he's kind of right here by the water as well. And again, obviously not lighting up for me. I've already got him. Let's see, I think this one's actually in, yeah, we're still in Boston, yeah. So the bottom right hand side of the map. The really good thing about this one is it's right by that fast travel point. So you just come out of the fast travel point, wrap around, like bust a U-turn, and it should be right there for you. And now we're in the frontier, and this one's actually one that I got a while back, so I'm showing you that footage. This is the one that's in Lexington, and I'm kind of showing you there where it is on the map. And he should be by this white house, and obviously you can pause the video at any time if you need to catch up. This one's a little bit tricky to find, but it's by these 4 major like cabins over here. There's like 4 houses, and it's in this one on the right, kind of in the corner. Now in my game he's actually sawing some logs or whatever over there, or working, but in your game he should be lighting up for you. And then there's one in Valley Forge, all the way on the left hand side of the map. What I'm highlighting now is where George Washington is, so it's right behind him. So if you can find George Washington and just do like a 180 and head toward the water, you'll see this guy right here. And I think you can actually see their Valley Forge items. That's one that I didn't have before. Okay, so you can head back to the manor or just anywhere that you can use an accounting book. We're going to talk a little bit about crafting some of these items that you need to finish out your delivery request. Going to be going through that. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what's going on right now. You can buy most of the stuff that you need, to be honest with you. What I did is I actually overbought. I bought like 10 of everything. My suggestion to you would just be maybe to buy like 3 or 4 of everything, just so you have enough to where you're not having to come back and forth and back and forth. And I would kind of tell you exactly what to buy, but I don't know what you've already bought in your game, so I feel like that would be a little bit confusing. So I feel like the game does a good enough job of telling you what you need, so I'm not really going to be going through that, and just buy 3 or 4 of each. And I'm going to show you here a couple of recipes that you are going to need I'm showing you here that you can pick, I forgot her name, the tailor. You can pick her and then pick vegetables, and you can actually come up with dye. You can pick the innkeepers, and these are all ingredients that you're going to need at some point, and you can put in and get some flour made. I think I'm putting in some wheat there with the innkeepers. And then the next one is you can go to Big Dave. You can pick Big Dave, and you can go ahead and craft some more stuff. You can pick in your resources section, you can pick sand, and you can get glass bottles, but you're going to need some of those as well. I will go ahead and make 3 or 4 of those just to get you started. And then I think I show you one more here. Pick the tailor, and yeah, I show you this one. Going over to your resources, pick wool, and you can make some sewing threads, but you're going to need that as well. And I think that's all of the recipes that I'll show you. Yeah, now I'm just giving you examples of what it means to craft stuff. So, we're crafting ale right now. You need a barrel, and I forgot what the other supply is, but it's on the screen. You pick those, and obviously I'm making enough to fulfill my requirement. You can see in the top left it says ale 2 out of 3, and then in just a second it's going to say 3 out of 3. So all you're trying to do is make all of those things that show up in your menu, which I'll be showing you right here. You're trying to make all those just turn blue on your screen and light up in your bullet points. Does that make sense? It's really easy to do once you bought everything. Now I'm showing you here a glitch. You can see that I have 15 venison, but there's one of them that you need to do that requires you to have 5 venison, but it kept showing up 0 for 5 for me. So what I eventually did is I went in here and I started looking for venison because I wanted to make 5 venison, but you can't. But there's one thing that you can make, and it's called venison heart. And I think this is a glitch. I think that they either meant to put venison heart instead of venison, is what I'm thinking. But that's the ingredients that you need for it. You need the innkeepers and then vegetables, and I think that's deer meat or something. What is that? Yeah, deer heart. You need that. And just go ahead and make you 5 of those, and that should be enough to clear that requirement for you. So I did want to cover that glitch. You can see it clicking off now in the top left. It was 0 for 5, and now it's 1 of 5, 2 of 5. I think I do a little time lapse here, 4 of 5, and then I'll get my 5th one right here. And then you'll see that now my West New York items, it says go back and talk to your contact. Okay, so once you're done crafting all of your items, all you want to do now is go back to all of the delivery request spots that we just talked about earlier with all the maps, and there should be the same guy there. And then obviously turn all your stuff in. I'm showing you here that I'm on my last one, the Valley Forge. I'm turning my last one in. You get $1,000 for every time you turn them in, and then it should clear blue on your map in the top left. And then you can go in and obviously always check to make sure you've got nothing left here. And then I'm showing you here that my DNA tracker shows that I've got it 100%. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be around answering comments. It can be a little bit tricky, but like I said, I think the game does a good enough job of telling you what to craft. But if you are having trouble, then I got you covered. Just let me know. Okay, so the last thing that we want to do right before we go and do our missions is we want to go ahead and talk to George Washington. I think you can only talk to him twice. At least that's the way it was in my game. Just so we can fulfill that Frontiersman Challenge of basically interacting with all of the conversations that he has. Just go ahead and talk to him as many times as you can. Should be twice, and then we can get on with the missions. Okay, so after you've done all that stuff, let's go ahead and get into some missions here. So let's get and hit our select button, and we're just heading to our mission marker like we always do. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll meet up with you when we get there. Okay, so the first mission is called Alternate Methods. Let's go ahead and get it started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is basically follow our father. Just keep following him out. I'll just forward through. Oh, that was a glitch. I'll just forward through this and meet up with you when we get to our destination. Okay, so after a cutscene, you're going to have a mission parameter where you have to use the guards as human shields. Make sure that you don't jump off of that top ledge because you'll get hurt quite a bit when you fall down. And then just come up here where the guards are, and just go ahead and start hitting your A button so you can grab guards. If you're up this close, like if you're near the yellow targets, they'll tend to shoot you more. If you stay in the back of the map, they'll tend to not shoot you. So just kind of head up here, wait for them. Here's one right now. Just keep hitting the A button, and that's going to give you credit for the human shields. Now just come back in here and do work on these guys. Okay, and once they're all down and they're all dead, you can go back here and head to the yellow guards with the target, and that's going to trigger the next little cutscene. Okay, so this particular mission constraint made me rage. It took me quite a while to figure out exactly what I was doing wrong. I'm gonna show you what to do. The main thing is when you go to tackle this guy, make sure that you are holding down your RT button, and make sure that you hit B. Now I'm actually in front of him right now, which is completely okay. I like to get way out here in front of him, get way over here, and wait. And then I just hold down RT. When he lights up, just hit B. I can't remember how many times I hit X, and I was getting so mad that I wasn't able to take him out. So remember, just hold down RT. When he lights up, hit B. You shouldn't have any problem getting through that. Okay, so after a couple of cutscenes, you're going to be right here. All you have to do here is, you can see in the bottom right hand corner, just keep hitting A to kind of shove him along. You're just going to keep doing this, basically just following Hatham. And this is really all you have to do, is just keep pushing him and just head toward the green target. So I'll meet up with you when we get there. Okay, and after the interrogation's over, you're going to get your 170 points. Okay, so let's take a look at our map right quick. We're heading north. We're going to the frontier. Just one quick note, before you leave New York, if you don't have bullets for your gun, or at least arrows for your bow, which are probably, arrows are probably a little bit better because they fire a whole lot faster, but either one will do. Make sure that you buy those from one of the general stores before you leave New York, because it's really going to come in handy when we get to the next mission. So I just wanted to point that out. So buy those if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and head to the frontier, and I'll meet up with you when we get to the next mission marker. Okay, so here we are, Broken Trust. There's going to be a couple of mission parameters we're going to have to do in here. Hopefully you've got your arrows or your gun or your ammo for your gun. We're going to have to stop the natives with non-lethal methods. We'll get into that a little bit later. The main thing is we can't touch the ground, because we're going to be on horseback. I'm going to show you how to get through that. We also have to stop the messengers within the time limit, which is 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, so after a couple of cutscenes, you're going to be on horseback. Just go ahead and head toward the green target there, and the first thing we're going to have to do is basically not touch the ground. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's get across this water right quick. You can just head right through here. There's a little teeny trail right here. Now your time limit's going to start, so you have 3 minutes, and don't worry, that's plenty of time. Remember, you can hold down A to go a little bit faster on the horse. You're just following the green, like I guess the green path in your mini map. That's kind of where you're going, and this is where it's good to have a gun or a bow, because you can just, you know, take them out. You don't have to worry about hopping off the horse and trying to kill them, because if you do that, obviously you're going to disqualify yourself from the mission constraints. So just keep going, and probably honestly a bow and arrow is probably a little bit better here, because it's probably going to be faster. He tends to be able to shoot the arrows a little bit quicker than firing the bullets because of the reload time, but you have a lot of time here, so either one is fine. See, this is probably going to be your trickiest one because you have 3 guards. My suggestion is to ease up on them until the first one lights up. Go ahead and fire on him, and then reload as fast as you can. And you want these guys to hop off their horse. That's what you want. See how that guy just hopped off his horse? That means he's going to be coming at you a little bit slower. Just be careful though, because when they're off their horse like that, they can run up on your horse and yank you off. See how he's trying to run up on me now and yank me off? So just turn around and shoot him. So basically just keep, you know, running away until you're able to reload. Again, if you have an arrow, it's probably going to be a little bit quicker. And then just continue. Come around this path. Remember, continue to hold down A2 to go a little bit faster. Just keep following your green path. Now this guy right here is going to take a little bit longer to kill. I think it takes 2 shots. Oops, took a wrong turn. I think it takes 2 shots with a gun. This guy right here, because most of the time you just like knock him off. Let's get and see if we can ease up on him right quick. Can't get my horse to go fast. My horse is kind of going slow here. Alright, so shoot him. And then, well, I guess that time it killed him, but in my practice run I had to shoot him twice, so just be careful about that. And so we still haven't touched the ground. We're still good. We beat our time limit. And you still can't touch the ground through here either, so just be careful. Don't accidentally hop off your horse. And just keep going toward the green markers. Let's see, now we have credit for not touching the ground. Now you're able to just hop off the horse and go as you please. So just continue up here to trigger the next event. Okay, so now we have to stop the natives without basically killing them, non-lethal method. So I just go ahead and switch to my fist, and this is actually extremely easy. Okay, so they're basically just sneaking up this hill, and all you have to do is just come up from behind and like choke them out. So let's see who the first victim's gonna be. Get this guy right here. See how they're not even really looking at you, and even if they do look at you, you tend to still be able to like choke them out. It's like they don't even care that you're there. See, it's like they don't even care that you're about to choke them out. So just do work, and you know, just keep going back and forth until you get them all down. I'm gonna probably show you one more here. I've never had them like alert or anything, so just keep doing that. So just go ahead and take out your other three, and then I'll kind of hook up with you when we're done. Okay, so there we go. Just took out all 6 of them, and there's going to be a little cutscene here. Let me go ahead and skip that. Okay, so eventually you're going to get to this part of the fight. Just go ahead and hit X, and that's going to wrap things up for that particular mission. Let's go ahead and get our points. Should get 200 points for that if you follow the guide. And let's go ahead and head on to mission 3. Okay, so the quickest way to find the third mission is to go ahead. Remember, we were way up here just a second ago. Is to go ahead and head south and just come to the Harbor Master and just do a fast travel, and then just head north to the next mission point. Okay, so here we are at the Battle of Monmouth. This is mission 3, and let me go ahead and kind of explain what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a lot right here. We're going to have to basically kill 8 platoons with 1 cannonball. We'll show you how to do that. We're going to have to kill 2 platoons at one time using a single cannonball. And we're also going to have to prevent the Patriots from being executed. So that's kind of the mission constraints. However, we're also going to be working on an unlock called Circus Act, which is basically kill 15 guards with a single cannon shot. Now, the cool thing about Circus Act is when we do Circus Act, we're also going to get credit for killing 2 platoons using a single cannonball. And I'm going to show you exactly where to put the shot at so you're able to do that. So let's go ahead and start the mission. Okay, so after the cutscene, you just want to put your target back here where all these red coats are, kind of in the middle, kind of right here, and just get you a shot off by hitting A. And that's going to get you the unlock and kill 2 platoons using a single cannonball. If you don't get it, just restart your checkpoint and continue until you get it, and then just follow the rest of this guy. Now we're just trying to kill the platoons with the red target over their head, and you're just trying to kill them all at once. So that's all that I'm really doing now. I'm trying to get my 8 kills. See how I'm knocking them out? That's another one. I got 3 more to get, and I'm basically just going to whichever red icon shows up first. So I know that this icon showed up first. Then I know that the one kind of in the left of the screen showed up next. So I'm just moving back and forth. Okay, now that we have all 8, my suggestion would be just to start killing as many people as you can, but to also kill groups. Like you see how I'm shooting a cannonball back there? I basically took out 2 platoons, or at least half of each platoon, and now when they fire shots at the Patriots, they're not going to be getting as many bullets on them. Does that make sense? And now all we have to do is just wait for the 2-minute counter to end, and when it ends, we'll be able to continue. So just keep this up and you should be okay. Okay, so after the timer clicks down to 0, you're going to be in this section right here. And now we're actually trying to work on another mission constraint, which is save some of the people from getting executed. So just head toward the green icons on the map. You're eventually going to come to sections like this. and just go in here and start taking them out. You can use your gun too, right, to get off some quick shots if you need to. You should still have some ammo left. Even your bow and arrow will make quick work of these guys. So any of that stuff would be good to use. So that I just saved one execution right there. Let's keep going. Just keeping my eyes open for anybody who's getting executed. Here's another one right up here. I kind of got stuck on that clothesline right there. Oh, double kill. I love these. Get down, baby. Okay, that takes care of those. And then let's go ahead over here and see if we can find somebody else getting executed. See if we can save somebody else. Right here to the right. Here we go.
Do not worry about the redcoats. Go join the others.
Alright, that takes care of that mission constraint. Basically saving all three and then just head toward the green target. You should have plenty of time left and just keep going. Okay, and that wraps up the Battle of Monmouth, and we're also going to get our achievement 20G for Grim Expectations, and you should have got 200 points if you follow the guide. Let's go over all of our stats and everything, where we are. I'm 92% synchronized right now for my game. I've completed all the main missions 100%. As far as my clubs, obviously the memberships are good. I've done all the Hunting Society tasks 100%. I'm 76% done with the Frontiersman and 90% done with Boston Brawlers. I've liberated all of Boston, as well as made all of the recruits assassins. Same thing for New York. Almanacs 100%, chest 100, feather collection 100, peg-leg trinkets 100. All the kids' letters are done, as well as his treasure. I did all the forts, liberated all the forts. There's 7 of those. The underground, obviously I've done all of that except for what we have left to do. Remember, we talked about that in the last video. Let's see, the assassination contracts, I'm at 66%. Courier missions 100. Delivery request 100. And obviously we've done all this already. All this should be done. All the privateer contracts are done. I only have a couple things left to do with Achilles, but most of the Homestead is done. Like Big Dave is done, Godfrey and Terry are done, Lance is 100%, Warren and Prudence 100%, Norris is 100%, Lyle White, I only have one thing left to do with him, Ellen is 100%, Miriam is 100%, the Daily Life is 100%. And then the only thing I really have left to do there is just craft all this stuff, which I'll probably end up doing in the next sequence, but later on in the game. But we're pretty much close to being done here. I'm at 15,782 points out of 17,070. So very close. Hopefully you're right there with me, and I will see you all in the next sequence. You guys be good.